All right, welcome to this live session. This is actually going to be a quick one. I really do not want to waste your time. There are a lot of uncertainty in the air, especially with some fundamental events, of which Brexit is one of them. And I am sure that is why the market has been this stagnant. It has been busy going nowhere. Actually, the market has not been so good. Well, the good thing is that it is good to know when to avoid the charts completely, okay? And whenever the market conditions are not good, your trading strategy should be able to give you that hint. In fact, trading opportunities should be limited. Well, without wasting much time, we are just going to look into a few pairs, and these are the pairs that are at least giving us some clear directional hint. Majority of the other pairs are really not going anywhere. They are not giving us any hint. Majority of them are just sideways. So we are going to look into those pairs, and basically they are the American dollar crosses. So we'll go through them again. Like I said, it's going to be a very short live session, so just save our time. The first one is the euro against the American dollar. Well, in the very short term, the intraday time frames, the directional buyers have fully turned to the upside, but in the long term, the directional buyers is yet to turn. Okay, so we are seeing that bounce off the lower boundary of that channel. The bounce off the lower boundary of that channel in the daily time frame. Something we have analyzed before. We should be waiting for the weekly candle to close. I think this should be a heavy fake breakout coming up here for this pair in the weekly time frame, happening around that previous level of support. Okay, so that's the candle that we are waiting for, and if this is going to close a pin bar for this week, that means the remaining 2 days, the remaining 2 trading days, that's Thursday and Friday, price might not do anything. It might keep swinging up and down here, maybe remain close somewhere around in here. It might not do much because the weekly candle will have to close as a pin bar. Okay, if it has to close as a pin bar, you don't expect to see price pushing to the upside so much for this week. So the hesitation is very likely to continue. All right, and if for this week we have this candle close the pin bar, then we have the green light for next week to take a trading opportunity here for a nice push to the upside. That is something we have on our radar for next week. All right, let's look into the next one, the American dollar against the Japanese yen in the 4 hours time frame. We have also analyzed this before, where we talked about that possible exhaustion point, and that price was turning to the downside. I think we shared that chart in the Telegram channel. I like to see that. Let me just we shared that chart in the Telegram channel. Okay, yeah, this is it. where we talked about prices turning to the downside really fast, but the breakout didn't happen. We got that range, then today we saw price pushing back down. Well, even if you have such a hint, you always want to wait for your trading strategy to give you the entry signal before you jump into that trade. Blind entries are some of the worst mistakes any trader will want to do. From now on, we can begin to search for pullbacks. Okay, pullbacks anywhere there to look for short entries, hopefully by tomorrow. I am actually going to take out this line in the intraday time frame, the 1 hour time frame. We can just keep this area. It is an area, we can keep that. I hope price is going to make some pullbacks. It seems the pullback has already happened in a very ugly pattern. Really ugly pattern. That's in the 1 hour time frame. Well, if it is if that is the pullback, then we might not be taking that trade. This is an area that has been holding price as support, and today we have seen the breakout, and it seems price has made the pullback, and from there on we could be pushing to the downside. The price action here is also not suitable for trading, and so we'll be a little bit more patient again. Okay, the directional bias is now are changed to the downside. Let's see how tomorrow is going to play out. For the beginning of this week, you can see price has just been flat around that area. We're only seeing the breakout today, so let's be patient. The next one is Australian dollar against the American dollar. Here we took a trade in the daily time frame, trading the trend collapse here in the daily time frame. That's the outer trend line. This was the breakout thrust. We got the pullback, and we are looking for the continuation move. Well, price is sitting in a small profit for this trade right now, and in the 1 hour time frame you can see that price has broken above a key level of resistance. That's a double level of resistance there. Price is sitting above. Our entry is somewhere around in here. Well, there is the possibility that price might also be finding a channel around that area. Okay, maybe this, finding a channel around that area. You can see how price also has been finding resistance there and currently reacting off that level. Well, it is not a very strong level anyway, but in order to avoid risking a loss for this trade, since price is sitting above this level of resistance, okay, we will just trail our stop loss to break even position and let that trade run. Okay, we'll just do that. Trail the stop loss to break even position. Okay, then let the trade run. It's a terrible market. If you have managed to score some pips, you should be happy with yourself. So now price is right on that level. Hopefully we are going to see it keep pushing to the upside for tomorrow. Okay, just keep it. If price comes back down, taking us out at break-even position, don't you worry. We are still in the market, and the future might be much more better. All right, finally the American dollar against the Swiss franc. This is the 1 hour time frame. In the daily time frame, we have also analyzed this pair over and over before, where we talked about the possibility of an expanding triangle, and of course you can see price respecting that area there as resistance. Well, chances are that price will keep coming to the downside for tomorrow. In this pair, for me, I would like us to place a possible sell limit order, stop loss somewhere in there. Let me delete this one. Since the Australian dollar against the American dollar is now sitting at a break-even position, we can place a sell limit order somewhere here. Okay. All right, we can place a sell limit order somewhere around in here, stop loss somewhere here. This time around I will make that risk 2%. I'm gonna do that 2%. Okay. Stop loss somewhere here. Let's see that again. Okay, so we can make we can take the risks to the 2%. That's the stop loss area. We can place a sell limit order somewhere in there. The directional bias is has clearly changed. It is to the downside. Let's see if we can get another trade. Okay, we have the Australian dollar against the American dollar right now at a risk-free position. Even if it is hit, we will not score any loss. So we are just going to add one more trade. Okay, this is my entry parameter here on the screen. You can see that. So we are going to place a sell limit order, new order. The recommended lot size for me based on my account size is 1.52 lot. So 1.52 lot. It's a pending order. It's a sell limit order at price 1.0064 level, and at stop loss level 1.07179 level. Okay, so I'm placing the trade. Okay, that's it. So I'm just going to keep that. Hopefully price is going to make a pullback, triggering the entry, and for a nice push to the downside by tomorrow. Close your eyes on this trade, forget about it. Whatever wants to happen to it should happen. That is just one more trade running in our account. Okay, right folks, so that's basically all, and nothing much, nothing else to talk about. It's been an ugly chat. Just be patient. Hopefully things are going to change in the future. If not this year, which is already spent, then next year might be better. Okay, thanks for being here so far. Questions or contributions, I feel absolutely free. Send them across and we'll be happy to respond to them. You have a nice rest. Bye bye.